Do you ask yourself the same two questions that I do? What causes Crohn's disease and ulcerative colitis? And is there a cure? I'm going to focus on the first question in this video, and if you do enjoy this video, please subscribe because it really helps me reach a wider audience, and give it a like. So let's get back to the video. There's 10 million people plus around the world that has ulcerative colitis and Crohn's disease. 500,000 approximately in the UK, there's over 1 million in the US, and India is growing exponentially. Why? What is causing this? Why are more and more people being diagnosed? I got diagnosed in 2001 and no one else even heard of it. We talk about it in 2022 and everybody knows what it is because it's so prevalent. But why? Where's it coming from? I've spoken to thousands of people over the years with Crohn's disease and ulcerative colitis, proctitis, diverticulitis, SIBO, all these things. And there's two common denominators between everybody. When I ask them what was going on at the moment in time in your life when you were diagnosed. And this is why I've come to my own conclusion of what causes Crohn's disease, because there's two key reasons here. There will be more, but I'm going to talk about the two specific reasons based on all the people I've spoken to over the years. And the first one is chronic stress. Stress plagues everyone in the Western world. You know, we live fast-paced lives. It's go, go, go all the time. You know, we need convenience, we need things, instant gratification, we need it now, now, now as well. And the problem with that is we're not designed to take on that kind of burden day in and day out. And to go back to the people that are affected by Crohn's and colitis and diagnosed typically in the 20s and 30s, I got diagnosed at 11 years old, is the fact that they've gone through two major life situations, shall I say. I'm going to start with students. Students are commonly known to be under stress because of exams. You've got assignments, you want to do well at university, you want to go get a good grade, go get a good job. So they're thinking about the future constantly. I need to do this because of this. So they're putting themselves under so much stress. And typically students' diets are not the best, especially if they're living out. You know, they might be learning to cook for the first time if they don't already know how to cook. They're making quicker meals because they're out either studying or being active, doing whatever they may do in their life. So it's always go, go, go. Let me just grab this is a quick packet of noodles or whatever it may be. I mean, mixed in with the fact that they're rushing around trying to figure out what to eat and they're under chronic stress is, to me, a recipe for disaster. But the second one is bereavement. A lot of people have had a loved one pass away, or they're really affected by a loss, and they have this really strong emotional stress. And the emotional stress and chronic stress is just shutting down your immune system. You're inviting all sorts of illness and disease and ailments and bacteria infections into your life. But we're not asking for this, you know. We are not saying, oh yeah, like we want any of this. We don't. But how do we resolve it? And where does it come from? Why? We have so many questions and not enough answers. Well, I know the answers because I believe these answers. I live these answers. And I've been in remission for over 5 years after bowel perforation, an ileostomy bag, Crohn's disease diagnosed in 2001. And I'm symptom free, I'm medication free. I live a full life. I have no limitations in my life. We as humans are limitless. We put limitations on ourselves, or we allow other people to put limitations on ourselves. I don't go around saying I have Crohn's disease at all. I'm healthy. I don't have an illness at all. It comes to mindset as well, which I'll talk more about in another video. But chronic stress, oh my days, 90% of stress is developed and maintained in the gut. If you have stress in your life and you think, oh, I'm over it now, it's fine, you know, it is what it is, I'm moving on. But that's 10% that's got over it. 90% hasn't. And that's in your gut. That's where ulcerative colitis and Crohn's disease can begin to develop. And if you already have it, then you're aggravating it more. And stress is a hard thing to manage. And me as a gut health coach, I teach other people how to manage stress, How do you manage your stress? That's a question you should be asking yourself, and let me know how you manage your stress as well, because stress is super important because it affects everybody, almost everybody. Ultimately, if you have Crohn's disease and ulcerative colitis and you're going through stress, and that stress is caused because of your illness, you're just feeding it further. You're feeding your disease further because you're stuck in this loop. I'm stressed because of my stomach, my gut, but your gut's thriving off that stress. So you have to break that cycle immediately. How you do that? We all manage stress in different ways. We manage it via watching comedies, going out for walks. Walking in nature is known to reduce stress by 20% if you walk for longer than 20 minutes, especially in nature. You know, we all de-stress in other ways. I like to train. You know, you see me in the gym 5 times a week, and I have been for 5 years at least. And I've been training 15 years, but I mean, solid 5 days a week is a big commitment. But my health's important. You know why my health's important? You make time for your wellness now, or you'll be forced to pay for your illness later. And I'll repeat that. Make time for your wellness now, or be forced to pay for your illness later. And I like to, prevention is better than the cure, they say. I train is a big part of it. You know, there's a lot of things I do, and I reveal all of this in my gut health coaching. I do 3-month packages, and I want you guys to join me on this side of freedom. I don't have any limitations when it comes to my health. So come join me on this side, because it feels pretty good. Pretty damn good, in fact. The other element is diet. Poor diet. Do you eat healthy? Do you really eat healthy? Because I ask everybody, so what do you eat? It's the first question I ask, because people ask me, Manny, what do you eat? Tell me what you eat so I can get better. Okay, I can tell you what I eat. You will not get that much better. You won't get to the level I've got, because diet is not the end all or be all when it comes to gut ailments. There's a bigger picture, but I'm not going to go into that too much in this video. Diet is fundamental when it comes to healing, and you know, it can be confusing. It's so confusing because you know, one person might say, oh, go on a beige diet or paleo or keto, or just remove all carbs and do this and do that, and it's like, but who do I listen to? Where do I begin? I've had it worse than probably 99% of people around the world who've ever had IBD, yet I've come out the strongest, or at least one of the strongest. And why is that? It's because I understood diet, and I understood it so well that I just replicate that to my clients via the health coaching, who have seen tremendously great results. I want you to get better. You know, I don't want to see you in 3 months' time, or hear from you in 3 months' time, oh, I'm ill again, because that wouldn't happen. We're here to heal consistently, but that comes with you, discipline, consistency, drive to want to be better. I can give you all the tools. Alright, we understand it ultimately boils down to chronic stress and diet. Diet's easy to resolve. You know why? Because I know the diet, I can tell you the diet. But stress is a hard thing to manage. I can help train your mind. I don't suffer with mental health. Mental health is huge when it comes to this illness. Mental health doesn't exist in my world either. I'm mentally strong, I'm bulletproof. Bullet actually is not even, that's putting it mildly. I mean, my mental state is impenetrable. Why? Because I've trained my mind to be like that. That's why I've achieved so much from physical feats of strength and mental feats of strength. From my recovery from being that skinny skeleton where I was nursed by my mum day in and day out. I couldn't clothe myself, I couldn't wash myself, to I live a full life. I live a great life. I'm super happy in every aspect of my life. How many people can really say that? Are they happy? I mean, I love to hear it more and more. I want everybody to be happy. But sadly, I don't hear it often enough. Or hardly ever, in fact. Besides when I say it to myself. And ultimately, I like the word ultimately, I say that quite a lot, is stress is something that we also create on ourselves. So for example, when we wake up in the morning, our brain state is in something called theta. We have different brain waves, and one of them is theta. We go at it twice a day, when we wake up and when we go to sleep. But theta is your hypnotic state. This is your suggestible state. So anything that goes into your mind while you're in theta will bypass your conscious and go straight into your conscious mind. Well, we live 5% in our conscious mind and 95% in our subconscious mind. Our conscious mind is me talking to you, all my sisters and brothers out there, but that's 5%. What's the other 95% of my mind doing? That's my programs. I don't know why I said programs. It's my programmable mind. So that's what my conscious mind is reading off the 95% of these programs. Imagine a computer program. It's like, oh, someone's asked me how I am. Let me go into my subconscious mind. I am okay. I'm great. I'm fantastic. Why am I saying I'm okay? I'm great. Okay is mediocre. That doesn't cut it for me. I am great. I'm fantastic. That's your subconscious mind. But also, when it comes to, that's an easy example. What about harder stuff that you're trying to overcome but you can't because of your mind is stopping you? And that is because, think of this, thoughts create feelings and feelings create action. Thoughts create feelings and feelings create action. If we're fearful, and fear is our strongest emotion, it's easy to manipulate and control people with fear. If you're fearful that your illness is going to be all encompassing and take over your life, then it will, because you're inviting it to be the forefront of your life and to control your life, because you're putting all that fear into it. Whereas if you remove the fear and have the optimism that you will get better, you are better. We live in an I am, not a what if, or I like so, I hope so. No, I am healthy, I am healed. But how do we program our subconscious mind in that sense? I'll talk about this more in another video, but I'll cover it right now. Is when we're in theta, we can tell ourselves positive thoughts. When you wake up in the morning, for example, and you're half asleep, I'll tell you what I do. I show gratitude to the universe. I believe in God. I'm a Sikh. I believe that there's a higher power than us, and I show gratitude towards them and towards my life and towards everybody else. And I think of 3 things from the day before. So while I'm laying in bed and I'm just waking up, coming round, immediately I replay the day before in my mind and think of 3 things, at least 3 things that I'm grateful for. And so now I'm in an abundance mindset. I'm happy and positive because I'm thinking about all the things I'm grateful for. I'm happy, genuinely happy. And the thing with gratitude is, when you show appreciation and thankfulness, it comes back to you and it flourishes. Same with fear. If you're fearful, it comes back to you. Do you want to be fearful or do you want to be happy? I mean, I think we know the answer to that question. And how we go into the mindset, if you want to see a video on this, and I would like to make a video on this, drop a comment, let me know if you do. But ultimately, again, my favourite word in this video is ultimately, is 2 reasons. Diet and chronic stress. If you already have Crohn's disease and ulcerative colitis, it's the same thing. These 2 need to be managed. And I just want to give a shout out to one of my followers. He reached out to me on LinkedIn and he was very excited. He's like, when are you going to make another YouTube video? He's called Sub from India, Sub with a H at the end. and I want to dedicate this video to you, son, because I really appreciate you reaching out to me on LinkedIn and the excitement you showed, because what he said to me was, and I know you're watching this because you'll be the first one to watch it, I hope, is please send me the video because I want to be the first to watch it. And I love that. I loved it, like how eager he is to learn and to get better and improve. And that's what I like to see in people, is that desire to get better. So I'm dedicating this video to you, son, and I thank you very much. And I thank you all. So thank you to my sisters and brothers out there. I'll catch you later.